annual VPA Senior Fashion Show lets students tell stories through fabric.
And spring has finally sprung in Syracuse, but when are these temperatures going to go up? All that and more coming up later.
Plus, a Syracuse University student is designing a shoe soccer players will be able to use on any surface. News Live at 6 starts right now.
This is CitrusTV News Live at 6, your campus news leader.
Welcome into a rainy News Live at 6 this Friday. I'm Jackson Breslin.
And I'm Elizabeth Gottlieb. Thanks for joining us.
New at 6, for Syracuse University seniors, spring means graduation is just under 2 months away. But it also means it's time to showcase what they've learned here at SU.
Our Fiona McHugh has more on how some VPA students are celebrating their accomplishments.
Syracuse University fashion design students saw year-long collections come to life yesterday. For many students, the collections are deeply personal.
When we're building these looks, like we are at the warehouse every day for hours, and we kind of each enter this flow state where like we know what we're doing, like we don't know how, but it's just our bodies are moving, and it's so beautiful to see like the progress.
Each choice is intentional, from the type of fabric to each minuscule stitch.
What my grandma, my grandparents, my ancestors used to wear like back in the day in the early 50s, and so that has inspired me to use calico, which is kind of like a country fabric. It's really stiff, and then I am using a lot of manipulations such as ruching, pleating, burning.
Fashion design majors are storytellers in a way too, stitching stories into their fabrics and weaving their beliefs, thoughts, and desires onto the sleeves that will be worn by the models here today.
So I'm taking inspiration from my ancestral knowledge. I have family that is from Mississippi and Louisiana and the border of that, and I really just wanted to showcase where I grew up and the architecture, the decay, all the different elements that come with my backstory. So one of the things that I really wanted to represent within my collection is that you can kind of make clothes without having extravagant fabrics.
The students hope their collections will launch not only their careers, but will also inspire many others.
Again, I'm targeting dreamers and people who want to do really big things but don't know where to start. And so my song is there to kind of uplift people, bring them together, kind of get them reminded like, yes, like the world is mine, like it's ours, like we got this and stuff. So yeah, I'm very excited to see it's very...
Sewing dreams into reality. For Citrus TV News, I'm Fiona McHugh.
Fiona, thank you. Syracuse University's College of Law is hosting the National Military Trial Competition this weekend, with 8 law schools from across the country participating. Teams are set to argue both sides of a case about a military court-martial. All teams will compete in at least 4 rounds. Current or former military trial judges will preside over the competition. Well, finals week is coming up quickly for SU students, especially for seniors in their capstone classes.
For students in Syracuse's Industrial and Interaction Design program, they're finishing up projects they've worked on for months. Our Jude Bazerman is here in studio and has more about one idea that took social media by storm and how it may change the sports equipment industry.
Jackson, Elizabeth, good evening. It's great to be here. Soccer, I think as we all know, is the world's game. Yet, modern equipment only works well with ideal field conditions. That's what senior Jabril Berry is trying to change with his project, fittingly named the Boot of Dreams. He's designing soccer shoes meant for any playing surface, so kids in his home country of Guinea, which he left in 7th grade to move here to the United States, and all over the world can excel on the soccer pitch no matter their equipment.
When you're playing soccer, you need a ball and shoes. That's the only 2 things you need.
Why does the world's game?
Most kids will never own cleats.
Ignore the people who need it most.
Soccer is their way out.
Way out of a place soccer cleats were never made for.
I can't really use them there without injuring myself or risking getting injured.
It's the reality soccer players face. Modern cleats are only designed for perfect fields, not dirt, uneven ground, or rocky terrain.
When I went back to Guinea after 9 years of not being back in my home country, my way of thinking had completely changed.
And now he's trying to change the world of footwear, using cheap plastic sandals nicknamed jelly shoes.
Yeah, these are the ones made locally in Guinea.
He's designing them specifically for imperfect fields.
When you think of the number of people who play football in those conditions, like this is exactly the kind of projects that designers should be doing.
His project is a very relatable problem for a lot of people.
His project's relatability hasn't only been felt in the fun environment of Syracuse's design warehouse.
Our breaks, this is what we do, okay? We even got some professors doing it now.
We're definitely like a family. I feel like he's like my brother.
It's gone viral on social media too.
It's totally amazing. I mean, that's basically the pitch he gave me. I just didn't see it on Instagram.
I reached 10,000 followers, which is insane to me.
Jabril's viral jelly shoes, past all the followers and views, portrays his own journey.
It's like a full circle moment. It's like starting there, going to the US, not knowing if I'll ever come back, and then coming back, and now being involved in the community again, almost giving back.
He's already given so much to his home. What's still on his mind is what he wants on the feet of young soccer players.
And one day I just want to see this shoe on a kid's feet as they're playing in Guinea.
So jelly shoes already do exist in Africa, but Jabril is designing them specifically for soccer players to use, so they don't have to use the same sandals they're using every day in their lives. In April, he's representing Syracuse University at the ACC Meeting of the Mind Conference, and if you're interested in any of his work beyond this project, you can follow his Instagram account, Barry Design. Everyone I talked to throughout these interviews and this package has said that this design is taking off, at least what they can say. Jackson, Elizabeth, back to you guys at desk.
Jude, thank you so much. Well, Elizabeth, it is the first day of spring, but unfortunately, I don't think it really feels like it.
No, I mean, the temperature definitely felt a little warmer. I wasn't shaking in my coat, but that rain was coming down pretty hard.
And you know, we're coming back from spring break this week, and I think we missed the best week of weather Syracuse has had in a long time. So it's back to that gray, colder weather, and that's where we find our weather anchor, Drew Matyasik, who's outside once again. Drew, what's it looking like out there?
Yeah, it's not actually that bad in terms of temperatures. Right now, it's been sitting around 45 degrees all day, but the biggest problem on the first day of spring, you think of, sun, you think of green grass. Right now, we got a lot of salt that's going off into the roads. We still have snow all over the place, and it has been raining all day long. Walking to the studio here, I was drenched because I did not bring my umbrella. But for the rest of the day, it's gonna, the precipitation is going to waver off a little bit, fade off. It's going to look more like this, just cloudy, gray, muggy, or not muggy, but, overcast that you really don't like to see on the first day of spring. But really, for right now, you can probably go out without a jacket, or if you want a jacket, just a little light windbreaker is all you need.
Well, we're going to say goodbye to Drew and hello to all the musical theater fans here in Syracuse. Popular musical Book of Mormon opens tonight at the Landmark Theater. The musical comedy follows the journey of an unusual pair of men who are called on a mission to spread the teachings of Jesus Christ. The show features SU class of 2023 alum Dylan Knight in the lead role of Elder Price. The show runs through this Sunday, March 22nd, and remaining tickets are available on Ticketmaster. Now, Jackson, I know you're seeing this show. What are you looking forward to?
Oh, I'm looking forward to a lot, Elizabeth. I mean, I've never seen the Book of Mormon before. I've listened to the soundtrack, but I've never actually seen the show. So I am excited, and I've actually never been to the Landmark Theater before.
Wow.
So this will be my first show at the Landmark. I'm excited to see that, and I'm also excited to see an SU alum come back. That's pretty cool.
Yes, that is pretty cool. Well, my parents saw it, and they have said nothing but good things. And to your point, the cast album with Andrew Rannells and Josh Gad, love to listen to that.
No, I can't wait to go.
Yes. Well, Manlius Town Supervisor John Deere has resigned effective an hour ago, despite getting re-elected in November. The Democratic Party did not endorse Deere for that ticket, instead supporting Manlius Town Councilor Sarah Bollinger. Until the town board appoints a replacement for the remainder of his term, Deputy Supervisor Alyssa Italiano will serve in an interim role. Deere wrote in his resignation letter that he will work with Italiano through the transition process. A new consumer alert out of Attorney General Letitia James' office this morning. Starting tomorrow, it will be illegal for stores across the state to reject cash as a form of payment. This statewide law follows a similar one out of New York City that started in 2020.
According to the law, all retail establishments, including grocery stores, cannot make consumers pay by cashless methods like credit cards. It also says that retailers can't charge higher prices to consumers paying with cash. Stores that do not follow this law may be fined up to $1,500. Media conglomerate Nexstar says its $6.2 billion purchase of competitor Tegna is closed. This comes after the FCC and Justice Department approved the merger, though 2 lawsuits to block the deal were announced yesterday.
Attorneys general in 8 states, including New York, filed lawsuits to block the merger. The deal would give Nexstar 265 stations across the country, most of them local affiliates of ABC, CBS, Fox, and NBC. The lawsuits argue the merger would breach laws designed to protect against monopolies.
Well, following a year of federal Medicaid cuts, some healthcare workers in central New York are speaking out. Workers from the SEIU Healthcare Union joined local leaders at Crouse Hospital today to call on the state legislature to make up for the reductions.
They say the cuts leave a $2 billion funding gap and threaten local hospitals and nursing homes who rely on the money to stay open. Menora Park Nursing Home CEO Russell D'Amico says he struggles to raise his workers' pay.
The same thing they say is, can you please get more staff, or can you pay your staff a little bit more? And I'll tell you, we're fighting for the day. I would if we had the funds to do so.
D'Amico says the funding gap also causes local emergency rooms and urgent cares to get backed up, putting strain on workers and their patients.
The New York Farm Bureau, along with the Food Bank of Central New York, donated nearly 21 million pounds of food to food banks across the state. Chief Operating Officer of the Food Bank, Brian McManus, says it's important to provide produce to those in need.
Items like fresh dairy, fresh fruits and vegetables, people want those things. They're often out of reach for budgetary concerns, and relationships between agriculture and food banks make sure that people that are struggling to make ends meet can get those items just like any of us.
Donations were made through the National Harvest for All partnership. Harvest for All focuses on allocating resources from local farmers to communities in need across the U.S.
Coming up on News Live at 6, actor Chuck Norris died earlier today. What his family announced.
Plus, new developments in the war with Iran. That and more when News Live at 6 returns.
Rolling.
Sound is speeding.
Can you slow that down, please? This is 28-1.
28-1.
You're watching CitrusTV News, live at 6, with Jackson Breslin, Elizabeth Gottlieb, and Drew Matyasik. Now, your campus news leader, continues.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Federal prosecutors are asking a judge to drop the charges against the former officials in the case of Breonna Taylor. The officers are accused of falsifying the warrant that led to the raid of Taylor's apartment the night she was killed.
The charges against former Detective Joshua James and former Sergeant Kyle Meany have already been reduced from felonies to misdemeanors. Meany has stated that he is, quote, looking forward to putting this matter behind him.
Action film actor Chuck Norris has died at age 86. His family announced in an Instagram post earlier today. Norris is known for his roles in films like A Force of One and Eye for an Eye, as well as TV series Walker, Texas Ranger.
In the Instagram post on Norris's official account, the family said that they want to, quote, keep the circumstances private, but say that he was surrounded by his family at the time of his death.
The Justice Department is filing another lawsuit against Harvard University, saying the school's leadership failed to address anti-Semitism on campus. This is the latest in a lengthy feud between Harvard and the DOJ, which began as an investigation into Harvard's actions during and after pro-Palestinian demonstrations.
Justice Department officials concluded that the university did not address concerns that led some Jewish students to avoid classes and hide their head coverings. If the court rules against Harvard, the school may be required to repay government grants, call the police on future protests, and appoint a monitor to ensure compliance. To the latest in Iran, U.S. officials have confirmed that 3 more warships and over 2,000 Marines are heading to the Middle East. Right now, the U.S. says they already have 50,000 troops in the region.
And Elizabeth, today marks one of the holiest days on the Muslim calendar, Eid al-Fitr. Iranians are also celebrating the Persian New Year. This comes as Iran launched more attacks on Israel and energy sites in neighboring states.
Yesterday, the former director of the National Counterterrorism Center explained why he resigned over the continuing war in Iran.
American people didn't have the full story, and our country did not have a vital national interest in this current fight. I said, hey, I in good conscience can't do this. I said, if it's ever my turn, if I'm ever an adult in this situation, I ever have a position of responsibility, I will not in good conscience send young men and women off to die on foreign battlefields.
So far, more than 1,000 people in Iran have been killed during the war, and at least 13 U.S. military members have been killed. We'll continue to keep you updated here on Citrus TV. And coming up after the break, Drew Matyasik will have our 5-day forecast.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Well, right now, if you take a look outside where I just was, it's 45, a little drizzly outside, but it's really not that bad. Not as bad as it was earlier, at least. Temperatures are going to remain stable until around 9 o'clock, then they're going to dip down to the mid-30s. And then if we take a look at our 5-day forecast, Sunday, that's the day you want to mark on your calendar, although it's going to feel a little bit chillier because you got some rain in the forecast. That rain is going to make the temperatures feel a little bit colder than 53. And then as we advance into early next week, you're going to get 36 degrees, 42 degrees. But this weekend looks like really, really nice temperatures. You can just get away with a nice little jacket, maybe a sweatshirt and some pants. Nothing that's really going to be too cold or too disruptive to your weekend life. And then look at this. We just came back from a great spring break. I wanted to highlight what we did here at Live at 6 during our spring break. I went to San Juan, Puerto Rico with a couple of my friends. Here we are outside the World Baseball Classic game that happened there. Watched Colombia versus Cuba. Elizabeth went to the American Girl Doll restaurant, I believe it's called, in New York City for her 21st birthday. Happy birthday. There she is with her American Girl doll. I forgot the name of the American Girl doll. And then Jackson went to Charleston. But I'm going to send it right back over to you guys so you don't have to keep listening about our spring break.
Drew, thank you. After nearly 100 years, CBS News is shutting down its radio news service. The service started in 1927 before CBS expanded into the full broadcast network that provides content to 700 stations nationwide.
This decision caused nearly 6% of CBS News employees to lose their jobs. It is currently unclear how many more will lose their jobs once the service fully ends on May 22nd. But from CBS Radio to CBS Sports, March Madness is well underway. We're sending it over to Jish.
Yeah, Elizabeth, March Madness is already living up to its namesake. While SU men's basketball isn't in the tournament this year, one game yesterday should pique your interest, Orange fans. I'll tell you about it next.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Jish Sokolsky joins us at the desk. And Jish, March Madness is already in full swing. We've seen some big upsets already. I know Elizabeth and I are kind of in our UNC Tar Heel blue, but I got to point out that they lost to VCU. That's a big one. So how's your bracket holding up?
My bracket is not doing well. It was almost a lot worse. The team I had winning it all, Duke, almost lost yesterday. Let's actually talk about that. I said before that we went to break that there was a game I wanted to bring to your attention to maybe pique your interest. However, it's this one. It's a 1 versus 16 seed. I know what you're thinking. 1 seed Duke versus 16 seed Siena? Who cares about that? Well, I'll tell you why you might. Yes, a 16 seed has only beat a 1 seed twice, but this is no ordinary 16 seeded team. You see, Siena is coached by Jerry McNamara, a former Syracuse player and assistant coach. His name has been on the top of many Syracuse fans' lists to fill the men's basketball coaching vacancy, and yesterday he proved that he might be the perfect option to do so. And I will show you why right here. This was a crazy game from start to finish. Siena, at one point in the game, was up by double digits. They were the first ever 16 seed to lead by double digits at halftime. But as you see, with just 90 seconds left in the game, Duke did eventually pull it out to win 71-65. It was the coaching that made this game close to begin with, but don't take my word for it. Take his opponent's word.
I've known Jerry, for a long time. GMAC had his guys way more ready to play than I did. He outcoached me. He outcoached us. And that's one of the hardest moments for me in sport, period. To not have your best stuff. They played at such a high level.
Who can outcoach Duke might be exactly what Syracuse needs. The resume speaks for itself. A MAC championship in his second year, a 23-win season, and a 4-star recruit to Siena. These are all things his alma mater Syracuse could need. Be sure to follow at CitrusTV Sports on Instagram and X for all the updates in the head coaching hunt. Former Cuse basketball legends make pretty good coaches at SU. Just look at what women's coach Felicia Leggett-Jack has done. The Orange are set to play in their third NCAA tournament game under Coach Jack, but beating 8-seed Iowa State won't be easy. There's a big roadblock in the way, and when I say big, I mean big. Center Audie Crooks, a.k.a. Lady Shaq, stands 6'3" and uses her length to produce. The junior led the Big 12 with 25 points a game on conference-leading 65% shooting. Thanks to Crooks, Iowa State started 13-0, and even after the Cyclones lost their first game of the season in January, Crooks saw the silver lining.
Yeah, that's huge. You don't want to play your best basketball in January. You don't want to be a monster in January. You want to be a monster in March. And in order to do that, you need to recognize your flaws. You need to recognize your shortcomings. And if you don't lose, if we would have won today, those rebounds that I missed seem a lot less significant. Those shots that I missed seem a lot less significant. Those turnovers that we had seem a lot less significant. But when you lose, it really just puts everything out there. You have to look in that mirror and recognize what you need to do better. And because we have that early, March, yeah.
Well, March is here. We will see about that, Audie. Crooks will have her hands full with ACC Freshman of the Year Uche Izoje. Syracuse's center is 4th in the nation in blocks with 2.6 a night. It'll be a battle under the rim all night starting tomorrow at 5:30. Follow at MHoffNYC _ on Twitter for live coverage. And that's all for me in sports. Jackson, Elizabeth, what's next?
Well, Jish, thanks so much. Coming up after the break, we'll have one last look at your wake-up weather.
Don't go anywhere.
Jason, let's go see your room.
What do you think? We kept it a little spare, so you can decorate it how you like.
Dinner! Go?
Excellent. Yeah, I saw you guys out there. We're the family. Yeah! Oh, I thought you were on my team. Wait.
Welcome back to Live at 6. Well, for your wake-up weather tomorrow, unfortunately, it's not going to look like this background picture here. It's going to be a little cloudy, 32 degrees, just at the freezing point, but that's going to be at 7 o'clock in the morning. If you're getting up that early, make sure you bundle up. But other than that, it's still going to be pretty nice with temperatures in the mid-40s and a little drizzle like we saw today.
Drew, the fact that we are getting into late March and we're still looking at 30-degree temperatures, it's just horrible, Elizabeth.
It certainly is, and I just want to be wearing my jean jacket. Like, I don't need to like be in a tank top and shorts yet. I just want to be not wearing my puffer coat.
I feel like I've been wearing the same rotation of clothes every day because the weather's just been the exact same for 4 months now, so I'm ready for the weather to change. But that's Citrus TV News live at 6 for this Friday.
Don't forget you can follow us on X and Instagram at Citrus TV News. Now for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Elizabeth Gottlieb.
And I'm Jackson Breslin. Have a great night, Syracuse.